Hey YouTube, how are you doing today? Um, Let me start off by saying this is not going to be a hair tutorial or lunch check. What I was doing today is I needed to make some shea butter, so it's going to actually be about skincare products. Now, I wish I would have thought of this sooner because I would have did a tutorial, but there's already a lot of good tutorials on YouTube already about making shea butter mixes. But since I'm just in the process of putting it up, I said I can at least show you the ingredients that I used and how much it yielded to make the product. So I have all the ingredients written down on my post-it card here. So I'm going to show you those ingredients. Hopefully it'll show up good on my camera. I'll also read them out loud, and then I'll show you how much it actually yielded. So here it goes. So focus. Okay, so this is my whipped shea mango and cocoa butter, and these are the ingredients that I used here. I used 4 ounces of shea butter, 4 ounces of mango butter, and 3 ounces of cocoa butter. Now the cocoa butter is really hard if you don't already know, so you have to really either break that up. I just chopped mine up finally with a knife, a serrated knife, so it will melt a lot faster with the other butters. I used 2 tablespoons of jojoba oil, 1 tablespoon of vegetable glycerin. Aloe vera gel is 1/4 cup or less. Well, I didn't actually use aloe vera gel, but what we have in my backyard, we have 3 large aloe vera plants. And so what I do is I just cut a big piece off, and of course I remove all the outer, the green skin, and I chop up the gel pieces and put it in my little food processor that I use only for beauty products. I mix that in with a little bit of oil, any kind of oil you want. I use olive oil today, about a teaspoon of olive oil to just kind of get the mix going a little bit, and then I strain that through a strainer because even though I cut off the skin, it still has some stringy pieces left in if you don't strain it. And then I added some more olive oil, another tablespoon of olive oil after that. And then I use extra virgin, it says extra virgin olive oil, but that should be actually coconut oil that I use, and that's what I use, extra virgin coconut oil, and I use 1/4 cup of that. Tea tree oil, I use 5 drops. And it's a good preservative, the tea tree oil, and you can actually use more. I've seen a lot of videos where they've used more tea tree oil than that because of its preservative qualities, but tea tree oil is very strong. And for my shea butter mixes that I made today, they're fragranced, and I didn't want the tea tree oil to overpower that, so that's why I only add 5 drops. And the next on the list, which I did not use at all today, is either vanilla oil or powder. You can also use vanilla flavoring, like the 100%, or I guess you can use imitation too. I never tried that. But Walmart makes this vanilla powder, and it works good with my shea butter mixes that I've used before. Another thing on the list here is the cocoa powder. I did not use cocoa powder today. And that's like just the standard like Hershey's cocoa powder. But if you ever want like a chocolate, deep chocolate fragrance with their shea mixture, especially when you're using cocoa butter, because cocoa butter already has that chocolate flavor on its, or not flavor, but scent and fragrance on its own. But if you want to enhance that, if you add like 1/4 to a half a teaspoon of cocoa powder to that, it makes the product turn out really good. I wouldn't go over that. I'm only saying that because I've tried it before. If you go too much, it will actually tint stuff. So, and I also add 1 tablespoon of honey. So when I mix all these butters up, what I do is just like some of the other instructions that you'll see out there on YouTube, I mix them, I melt it all together, add all this stuff, and I put it into the freezer for about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, and it'll start to get a little thin coating, like solidify a little bit. And so I whip it up. I use this hand mixer over here, so I use that hand mixer to whip up my products. I use that. Well, oh no, I can take it off of that now. So I use my hand mixer to mix it up, and I put it in about 5 minutes, and I take it out and whip it some with the hand mixer, and then I'll put it back in, and I do that maybe 3 or 4 times, or until I reach the consistency that I want. But let me go ahead and show you how much I yielded from the ingredients that I used here today. So this is what I yield was, and I still have a little bit that's left over that I need to put into a a third container. Not much, but still a lot, because this right here will last me over a month. But my son, I use it on my son. He has eczema. This one has fragrance in it, like I said, and let me show you what the consistency of it is. It's really light and fluffy. You see how it just melts just with the slightest touch. I'm going to go back to my list really quick, because one of the ingredients that I didn't go over here is the cornstarch. That 1.5 to 2 tablespoons, not tablespoons, but teaspoons of cornstarch. You don't have to use that one, but I use it because what that does is it cuts out some of the oiliness of the product. Now, the product without the cornstarch is fine for my hair, but when I'm using it for a body, and the one that I made here, I'm going to use it for my body and my hair. So that's why I put the cornstarch in it, because it cuts out some of the oiliness, and I want the product to absorb directly into my skin without, getting on my clothing or on anything else. So that's why I put the cornstarch in. So, and usually sometimes I end up using more than 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. It just depends on how much oil that I put in the product from the batch that I'm making. So these two plus this, they all have cornstarch in it, and I put maybe about 4 teaspoons of cornstarch in it, and it's still really oily, but I can snap my fingers with it, because like I said, it cuts out the greasiness of it. It's still doing is more, it still has all the moisturizing properties. So the cornstarch takes nothing away from the product except for some of the oiliness. And there are some products that you can actually buy, like commercial cosmetic grade products that you can buy online. I can't think of the name of it right now, that serves the same purpose. But hey, cornstarch is what, $1.20 a box. I already have some in my cabinet, and it serves the same purpose. So that's why it's in my mix. Now, for the fragrances, I use 2 different fragrances in my mixes today. One I got from Coastal Scents, and one I got from New Directions Aromatics. The one from Coastal Scents is pink sugar, and I love that smell. Matter of fact, I just ran out of it today. I already ordered some like a couple of days ago, so it should be here tomorrow or Tuesday. Because Coastal Scents deliveries are usually pretty quick, and I knew I was running out. I knew I was going to make some shea butter this weekend, and I knew I'd be using the last of my little bit of pink sugar, so no worries, I have more coming. And the other fragrance that I use, I mentioned the company, New Directions Aromatics. I love this company too. Now, their shipping, if you've ordered from them before, you already know their shipping is a little bit pricey, but the quality of their products are great. You just can't beat it. And I'm going to continue to order from them because I love their products. All of their oils their fragrant oils are awesome. So if you haven't tried New Directions Aromatics, I suggest you give them a try. And hold one second. I used the last of my Shea Butter from Coastal Scents in the batch that I had today. But I also got from New Directions Aromatics this Shea Butter, the 100% natural. They have, I think, like 3 different types on their website. But this is the closest one. Shea Butter, 100% natural raw material. The one that has the Ghana, from Ghana. I love that one. And this one I think is 2 or 3 pounds. I can't remember. But one good thing about it, not just one thing, but one good thing about it is best before. You see that? It has a best before date on it. I'm going to open it up. Now, I've used this several times, and I still have quite a bit left. And when I got this, it wasn't just a whole bunch of air and shea butter down at the bottom. This thing was packed full of shea butter. So I made a whole bunch of shea butter mixes with it. I made some shea soap with it. And the price, I can't remember what the price was, but the price was really, really reasonable. I want to say it was like no more than $15 for this big old thing right here. A lot of product, and I still have a lot left. It's not going rancid. It still smells really, really fresh, that fresh nutty, shea butter mixture. So again, If you haven't tried New Directions Aromatics, I suggest you give them a try. That's all I wanted to say today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to respond to you. Alright, don't forget to rate, subscribe, please comment. Alright guys, take care. God bless.